Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster Perfect Stats Guide. So this time we are going to knock out Locke's scenario. This one's pretty cool. I will say, so one thing that so they've fixed there used to be a glitch here on the right hand side of the screen where you could glitch your way past that soldier. As far as I can tell, I think they've fixed it. I couldn't make it work, so I was a little disappointed about that, really, but only because I actually liked, I suppose, like discovering it for the first time, and actually being able to make Locke look like a merchant. I like the merchant outfit, which we will be getting, at least for a very brief time here. But yeah, so there was a way to, glitch past that soldier there and actually look like a merchant for the rest of the game. And I've always thought that looks really cool. I mean, Locke looks fine the way he is, but I think after having played the game so many times, it was like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. I'm hoping that someday somebody on some mod forums will do a mod for Locke to make him look like the merchant for the rest of the game. I would definitely like to get a hold of that. But until that time, it will be the good old default Locke for me. So all right. Anyways, there's two kind of like outfit changing enemies in this scenario. One is the merchant, obviously, and then the other is a cadet, which is like a little green Imperial soldier running around, and we'll go grab him next. Now there's a heavy armor in this scenario that I grabbed before when I did my other video. He's right just like straight down from us right there, and you can actually get into a fight with that, and then that'll appear on the Veld, and you'll have a formation with that heavy armor alone. The thing about that, though, is I don't know, that there's another formation, and it's not actually in the same pack, so it's a little bit of like been tweaked. But there's another formation that heavy armor can be found in, and I'm gonna grab that one instead. It's now questionable after now that I've done it. It's just kind of tricky. It's basically what happens is in the Narsh battle where we are defending the Esper from Kefka. That battle again gets a little bit extra tricky if you haven't got that heavy armor here in this scenario. My actually, like, I just kind of recommend grabbing this one instead. The only reason why I didn't take this one was technically the other formation with that heavy armor, and there's like two soldiers that go along with it. It's just worth more cash. But I don't know. It's just a little bit trickier to get, and I mean, whatever. I'll really try to explain exactly how to get that and do that battle, that Narsh battle, correctly. Again, it's a little tricky, and honestly, I kind of just recommend grabbing that armor here. I think it's called the Mega Armor. So we'll like I said, I'll bring that up when the time comes. But I think like my recommendation actually is to just grab that heavy armor right here and now. And basically, what you do is you get into a battle with it and then just run away. And again, then it'll be added to the formations. It doesn't have anything fancy. It's just Magitech laser, which, there's a ton of enemies or a ton of enemy rages that'll get you that. And honestly, I don't think it's even like a good rage anyway. So yeah. So anyways, like I said, we're running around here now. I don't know if I pointed that out. Well, I suppose I haven't pointed it out quite yet, but there's actually a way across the river that you don't actually need these costumes. So like when you grab the initial merchant costume to get past the little boy or the grandson, and then what you normally do is you go up where the teleport stone was located at, and grab or get into a fight with the soldier there, and then that lets you get past one of the soldiers on the right hand side. he says something about, it's time to take a break or something like that. And that's normally how you get by there. But there's actually a way across the river, above some of the buildings there that's kind of obscured. And it just makes it so that you actually don't have to do that step. But, it's... I think it's just kind of it's an interesting thing. I don't know that, there's not much of an advantage one way or the other. Although I suppose then that just means that you don't have to steal from that green cadet. But if you noticed earlier there, actually I think it was the very first merchant, and I think anyway. I'm a little rusty on this footage, but I believe I actually stole its rare. The merchant has a main gouge or whatever, however you say that, as a rare steal, and then it's got the plumed hat as the common. And I actually snagged that rare from him. So, if you, I guess, have missed the one in Mount Colts, then I guess there's another one there for you. But I don't know, just thought that was kind of interesting, and I guess I just got kind of lucky. Now, this is also interesting. Why does Locke not have the merchant costume on? I don't know what happened here. When you get into this battle, it it removes your costume. So, not sure what was going on there. Very strange. But all right, yeah. So we'll just steal from him, and the cadets just have potions. I think they've got a regular potion as the common steal, and then wait, is it high potion? High potion as the rare. So nothing too fancy there. The merchants are actually a lot cooler. And I'll say, like, if you haven't already bought a couple of plumed hats, you may actually just want to zip back and forth between, like, that green soldier right outside the inn area, and then the merchant on the inside. Reason for that is then you can just keep stealing plumed hats, and that's a good way, especially because there's going to be a couple of characters that'll need some better helmets. So that's an option for you if you want to do that, or if you're low on cash and really need some, like, potion money or something, that's kind of a nice way to get a hold of some. And the merchant and the Imperial soldier don't hit real hard, so it can be like I said, it can be a good way to kind of cheese into some extra ill-gotten goods. And also the merchant and the cadet won't be appearing on a veldt, so there's no worry about messing up any formations or anything like that. So although I suppose in either way it wouldn't matter anyway, because those are actually required, right? At least at the very least the merchant. I suppose you can technically get away with not ever meeting the cadets. Yeah, I think. Now I'm trying to think now if you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because you can, like I said, you can skip that one up around the top, and I think that's the only one that is kind of required. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so I left on the Imperial disguise here to show you the little gag there that has, aren't you a little short to be an Imperial trooper? So that's a reference to Star Wars and when Han Solo rescues Princess Leia. The first time I made or went through this and made this video, I actually had a merchant costume still on, and you get a little different dialogue. So I wanted to get that kind of on camera. So, but all right. Anyways, yeah, this is Celes. Celes is very important. There was again, referring to that bug from earlier there with where you could glitch around the outside. There was, and I never actually really did this fully take advantage of that bug where you can completely skip Celes, and so then like a Moogle joins you, and it's worthless, and it can't use runic, and so it makes the tunnel armor fight extremely difficult. So yeah, like I said, I never really took much more advantage other than to make Locke look like a merchant for the rest of the game. But all right, anyways, Celes kind of blocks you from going back the way we came, which is a little annoying. I really wanted to try all kinds of different ways to get that merchant costume in and get that for the rest of the game. But again, can't do it. They say no dice. So, all right. This is the first area in the basement here where we can get into some random encounters. And I am actually going to take there's an encounter with a corporal and I think they're called vector hounds. We'll see here. They'll be coming up. And I think that one is at least somewhat important. And what I mean by that is there's a battle in Zozo with the enemy, actually it's a boss called Dataluma, and Dataluma is actually vulnerable to break or petrify, I guess is what it used to be called, and the commander enemy down here actually can do that, or the rage does it or casts it. So we're gonna grab that now. There's actually another option, which is the Dark Wind, but I didn't want to grab that one. So, again, I definitely recommend at least grabbing this one. I don't think technically these rages are, like, missable. And I think that's even the case for the World of Ruin. I think you can come back down here, really at any point in the game, and get these monsters. So... but we're just gonna, like I said, knock it out now, and then that way I've got a break for when I go to do the Dataluma fight. So, and that's it right there. Again, that's the the commander and then the 2 vector hounds. Now, I'm not going to take any other formations here, though. There's a formation with 3 commanders. I definitely don't want that one. I think that fight, I can't remember, but I could have swore it messed up a formation that I didn't want change. Let me just see here, commander. Oh no, not really. Okay, but it adds. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so that's it. The commander times 3 ends up being a part of pack 16, and pack 16 doesn't have anything in it right now, and won't have anything in it until we go to the Magitech research facility. And so again, for the purposes of cycling the Velp faster. I did not want to take the commander times 3. So again, that's my recommendation there, is to not run into those. And if you do as I have done here and reset your game. Or if you don't care, or you don't care about cycle speed, or don't want to mess around with this, again, I completely understand that. This is, as I've said a couple of times, extremely tedious, and some parts get pretty obnoxious. I'm not going to lie, but at least here with this one isn't as bad as some of the areas that I've gone through where, at the very least, there is one formation in here that that I'll take and not obsess completely over over not getting into any battles whatsoever. That's the worst areas where there's just nothing in there that I want to grab. And unfortunately, the way that this game works is, at least on some level, your encounters are kind of saved. Where, let's just say you save right before you're about to get into a battle. The next time you reload, there's a chance that they'll just put you right into battle again, right there at that, when you take that one step. But and so that gets pretty obnoxious when you're not able to take any of the formations, because at least like here, right, we got into that formation again right there at the end, and then that means I know at least I've got, like, we'll just say 10 tiles where I won't get into a random encounter. So at least there's that. Don't feel super great about looking at it that way, but it is what it is. So, all right, we've made it. We made it out of the basement, and let's make our way up into the cave. Now, also, when I was going through there, if you noticed, and I should have pointed this out even a little bit earlier, there was I let Locke get down to 1 hit basically, and that's for this exact reason right here. It's just, when I'm trying to get through an area and I don't really want to get a lot of the formations, I'll just, knock Locke down, or whoever's around, and get them low on health. And then that way, when I do get into the battles that I don't want, or I really don't want to keep, or formations that I don't want to keep, I should say, then, it's just easy to knock the character out, and then we can keep rolling. Again, the problem for me was early on, I didn't really I didn't really get that or think about it, and so I was using, you know, the teleport stone from from South Figaro, and then going into the menu and, you know, selecting to, you know, go back to the title screen and then reloading, and it actually really does add a lot of time to all of this because of the loading that it does. If you notice there at the beginning of the cave, there was a cave bear and then, what was it, Acrophes or something like that? And I think that's an okay formation to take. I'm trying to think if I actually left that in, though. I mean, it kind of looked like it did, but I'm just not sure. Now that the cave, we're in the like the second iteration of the enemies inside the cave, these ones won't disappear until the end of the World of Balance. So you've got plenty of time if you want to come back in and grab some of these formations. Now, here, that chest right there has the upgraded, I don't remember what was originally in it, but it does upgrade at this point during Locke's scenario to that Thunder Rod. And I definitely recommend grabbing that because the tunnel armor boss that's coming up is pretty rough. And it'll just cut a ton of time out. And you won't have to use as many like potions and stuff to get through that battle. So definitely recommend doing that. I know I've done that battle without it, and it was not fun. That thing is gonna hit the tunnel armor for like 1,000 damage or something crazy. So yeah, and you know, honestly, now just like thinking about this again, probably the better way to do these scenarios is actually to do Sabin's scenario probably first or second, and then that way we would get an earring from the Phantom Train, and then we'd have an earring there to use with that lightning or that Thunder Rod. And I don't know if it would one-shot the tunnel armor, but I think it'd probably get pretty close. But that also, you know, I don't know, then that means that any enemy that you get, well, here specifically the commander, we wouldn't get for Gao. We would have to then basically take Gao back to the Veld after the Narsh scenario. Yeah, I don't recommend doing it. Man, that would suck. That'd be an extra trip to the Veld that we really don't want to take. I suppose if you already added the Dark Wind, you know, for break, then it wouldn't be that big. You know, that wouldn't be a big deal then, right? Because because, you know, we won't get the commander from Locke again. If you did Sabin's scenario before Locke's, the commander wouldn't be on the Veld yet. And so again, you know, you'd have to get the Dark Wind first. So I don't know. I guess this is, you know, I'm also super used to doing the scenarios in this order anyway. Now, here I stole from the tunnel armor. I don't know how you know, vital that is. And I think the bestiary that I normally look at is actually incorrect here. I think every time I've gone through here, I've got that air knife when I stole. And that bestiary has the air knife listed as the rare and the bioblaster as the common, and that just, I don't think that can't be the case. I think that bestiary's gotten switched around. But yeah, anyway, so in order to do the tunnel armor here, obviously just make sure that you're using runic every single turn, and then, you know, attacking with Locke. If you need to heal, definitely heal. But also, when you go to use the Thunder Rod, make sure that you're not under runic, right? Because if you hit runic and then you try to use the Thunder Rod, Celes will absorb it, and that would be a disaster. So just be careful about that. Also, you know, sometimes the tunnel armor will take a turn to use the drill ability instead. And in cases like that, I still would not act with Celes. I would just skip her turn until Locke's comes back around. It's just tricky the way that... So let's just say you use the runic command and then Celes gets her next turn comes up. If you're not careful and you hit runic again, there's actually a lag time between when you hit the command and when she actually, you know, uses it. And during that period, you're actually not protected. And so, you know, if you're not paying attention and you accidentally hit Runic too early, or if you're using it like every time her turn comes up, that's not a good way to do that. Because again, there's a little bit of lag time there between when you select Runic and then when she actually, you know, acts. So it's just tricky, and but as long as you keep that in mind, it shouldn't be a problem. And again, you know, if the tunnel armor uses some skill or whatever, or you know, just use a melee attack or something, and then Celeste's turn comes back up, we'll just wait and just don't select anything. And then when Locke's, you know, ATB gauge fills, then you can swap over to him and take whatever action you want, and then, you know, probably at some point the tunnel armor will try to cast again, and then like right after it casts and she absorbs, then boom, you just hit Runic again. But all right, that's it. That is all the time we've got for this one. So as always, hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.